Hi, I'm Pincord 42, aka Taylor, and hold on, I have to get this up and going. But today I was going to do a video about my favorite YouTubers today, but I decided last minute to change it because it's my channel. I can do whatever I want. So I've decided to do a video about 52 facts about my home state of Oklahoma. So, without further ado, let's begin. And also, reminder, these are going to be facts about either the state of Oklahoma or people that you may not know are from Oklahoma. And some of these facts will be surprising to you, and some of them may not. So, without further ado, here I go. Number one is the highest peak in Oklahoma is the Black Mesa, which is located in the panhandle of Oklahoma and is 4,973 feet above sea level. And actually, it extends into Colorado and New Mexico. Number two, the original state capital was located in Guthrie, Oklahoma. Number three, Oklahoma City did not become a state capital until June 11th, 1910, almost 3 years after Oklahoma became a state, which is kind of weird if you think about it, but just how it was. Number four, Oklahoma became a state on November 16th, 1907. Sorry, excuse me. Number five, in 1957, a Belvedere car was buried in Tulsa and was to be opened 50 years later, which was to be Oklahoma's 100th birthday. The car had a time capsule inside the trunk, and they put like gas in there because they thought, oh, the thing's gonna work. The car's gonna be able to up. Number six. Oh, sorry. Number six. A contest to see what the Tulsa population was going to be in 2007 was held on the day of the burial. The person closest to the exact number got the car, or the living next to kin got the car. And so far as I know, the car was severely damaged, and the family that won it, and they decided to have like a friend of theirs who fixed the car up, and they fixed it up, and now it's in a museum. You can't drive it. It's undrivable because of how long it had been in the ground and how much water got into it. So like you can't drive it, but it's still pretty interesting because they thought like they used like the cement or whatever it's called. Like they put a cement casing around the car because at the time they thought, like, this was during the Cold War. They thought, oh, this can stand a nuclear attack, a nuclear bomb. Well, it didn't. They had put like a tarp or whatnot over it, but water still leaked through. So there was nothing they could do about it besides get the car fixed, but you can't drive it. Number seven, Tulsa's oldest house predates the Oklahoma land run by 4 years. The oldest house in Tulsa was built in 1885. It happened in 1889. Number eight, speaking of the Oklahoma land run, actor director Ron Howard has ancestors who are a part of the land run. And if you try looking up his last name for like the land run, you won't find it because his family had changed their last name. They changed their last name, and so they changed it to Howard. So you won't find last name. You won't find his last name in there. But he did say in an interview one time that he does have ancestors that were in the Oklahoma land run. So that's pretty cool. During that time, Oklahoma was known as Indian Territory. Well, technically Oklahoma City. The Oklahoma City area, like central Oklahoma, was known as Indian Territory, and like the Tulsa area, northeastern Oklahoma, was known as unassigned lands. But you might as well say the whole state was Indian Territory. The Oklahoma number 10. The Oklahoma Sooners are named after cheaters. And I'm going to explain that. Number 11. During the Oklahoma Land Run, you had the Boomers and the Sooners. Number 12. The Boomers were the ones who followed the rules and waited for the land run to begin. They basically were the goody two-shoes. They followed the rules. They weren't like the Sooners, which number 13 is the Sooners broke the rules and began claiming land sooner than they were supposed to. That's why they're called the Sooners. There's no evidence whether or not Ron Howard's family was a Boomer or a Sooner. Like, he doesn't know whether or not they were a Boomer or a Sooner, but who knows? Number 14. However, the Oklahoma Sooners' 2 horses are named after the 2, Boomer and Sooner. Our mascot, the Oklahoma Sooners mascot, is a horse, or horses. Or 2 horses, and their names are Boomer and Sooner. Number 15. Several movies have been filmed in Oklahoma. Number 16. The Outsiders, Tex, Rumblefish, and UHF were all filmed in Tulsa. And actually, UHF was actually filmed, but majority of it was filmed in Tulsa, but there were some scenes, like the scene when, at the beginning of the movie, and the scene when George is trying to save Stanley, trying to rescue Stanley, and the ending, which is a Gone with the Wind parody. Those scenes like that were actually filmed on a soundstage in Los Angeles, if I'm not mistaken. I know they were filmed in California. Those scenes were filmed in California, but the rest of it was filmed in Tulsa. Number 17. August Osage County was filmed in Bartlesville and Pawhuska, Oklahoma. Number 18. The Killer Inside Me was filmed all throughout Oklahoma. Which that movie I think came out in 2010, if I'm not mistaken. Number 19. Twister was also filmed throughout Oklahoma. That movie was filmed all throughout Oklahoma, and for a good reason, because Oklahoma is part of the Tornado Alley. Number 20. The show Hee Haw was based in Oklahoma because the creator and star of the show was and still is living in Oklahoma. He's living in Tulsa, to be exact. And he has a school named after him. An elementary school. Number 21. This one surprised me when I found this out. I was looking up the Oklahoma Hall of Fame, because we have a Hall of Fame in Oklahoma called the Oklahoma Hall of Fame. And I was like, what? This person's in here? No, that can't be true, because she's from Massachusetts, and I'm talking about Senator Elizabeth Warren. Senator Elizabeth Warren is from Oklahoma. Norman, Oklahoma, to be exact. She was born in Norman, Oklahoma, but raised in, but when she was 7 years old, she moved to Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. And she moved to Oklahoma City and went to North Classen High School. And I did not know that. I didn't know that. I thought she was from Massachusetts. I'm like, what? She's not from Oklahoma. She's from Massachusetts. She's a senator from Massachusetts. No, she's from Oklahoma. So that's pretty awesome. Pretty awesome to know that we have someone that's on our side, that's on my side, that's supporting me, that's basically making sure that I have an education, looking out for me and fighting for me. That's from Oklahoma. I think that's awesome. Number 22. I found this one out a long time ago. My dad, he's a grocery store clerk, and at the store that he was working at the time, they had this like almanac type book, and I was looking through it, and I saw this one, and it said actor Brad Pitt was born in Shawnee, Oklahoma, which I was like, what? He's not from Oklahoma, but he is, and a lot of people think he was born in like Missouri. I think it was like St. Louis, if I'm not correct. If I'm correct, I think he was raised in St. Louis, but no, he was born in Oklahoma, and so if he ever needs his birth certificate and if he needs his birth certificate and he lost it, he has to come to Oklahoma and gets to get a new one. That's how it works. Number 23. Country singer Garth Brooks was not born in Yukon, Oklahoma, but actually Tulsa, Oklahoma. I was watching this documentary, this music documentary. It was talking about all the famous people from Oklahoma, all the famous musicians from Oklahoma. I was watching it in my fifth grade music class, and I saw it said Garth Brooks, and underneath it said Yukon. Like he was doing an interview or whatnot for it. And I was like, he's not from Yukon, he's from Tulsa. He was raised in Yukon, but he was born in Tulsa. But a lot of people think, oh, he's from Yukon. Oh, he was born in Yukon. No, he's born in Tulsa. I was actually born. Me and my dad were actually born about a mile from where he was born. So it's pretty awesome. And my mom, who's like uh, younger than him, was born at the same hospital he was. So that's pretty awesome. Number 24. Oklahoma has the most Special Olympic athletes. The summer Special Olympic Games in Oklahoma is the largest in any state in the United States, and that's pretty awesome. Like I believe it was in 2015 had 1,400 uh, coaches. So that's pretty awesome that we have the largest. So because considering Oklahoma's not that big of a state, you compare it to like Alaska or Texas or California. That Oklahoma's small compared to those states, and you would think that they would have more, but guess not. Number 25. This one I found out like a few years ago. Like I was like, what? They're from Oklahoma? I did not know that. I'm talking about the band the All American Rejects. Band the All American Rejects are from Stillwater, Oklahoma. Pretty cool, if I do say so myself. Number 26. Tulsa is known for having the largest race riot in U.S. history. It was actually in 1920. Because I've because I know those two so well. I've done so much research on them. Number 27. On October, I mean not October, on April 19th, 1995. Sorry, on April 19th, 1995, Timothy McVeigh bombed my computer decided that it wanted to mess up. So so I apologize for that. I was on number 30. Number 31. Apologize for that. Number 31. There are a total of 3 professional sports teams in Oklahoma, which is our professional basketball team, Tulsa Roughnecks, which is our professional soccer, football, whatever you want to call it, team, and the OKC Energy soccer/football professional team. We used to have the Tulsa Shock, which was our women's professional basketball team. Well, they got defunded, disbanded, or whatnot. They left Oklahoma because they were losing. So yeah. Number 32. WWE wrestler Bill Goldberg, also known as Goldberg, is from Tulsa. I believe he went to my alma mater, Memorial's rival school, which is Edison. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, he went to Edison. I still like him though, even though I think he went to the rival school. Number 33. This one I will do a video on if you guys want me to, because it's the 40th anniversary of this year. It was the 40th anniversary of when this took place. But I'll do one if you want me to. On June 13th, 1977, 3 Girl Scout girls were murdered and raped during a 2-week retreat camp at Camp Scott in Mayes County, Oklahoma. It is still unsolved. So basically what happened was there were 3 girls who were Girl Scouts, and their names were Doris Denise Milner, she went by Denise Milner, Lori Lee Farmer, and Michelle Gousset. And all 3 girls to go to summer camp, got to go to this 2-week summer camp with the Girl Scouts because they sold enough Girl Scout cookies. That's the only way that they got to go. So they went to the Girl Scouts. They went to the camp, and the night, their first night there, it was raining. It had been raining, and they went back to their tent. And their tent was they were in Kiowa unit. They were in that unit. Their tent was the farthest away from the camp counselor's tent, and the showers were partially blocking their tent as well. So they didn't. So the person that killed him, or people that killed him, no one knows who killed him. Basically killed him because of where they were located. They were located in a spot where no one could see him. It was a spot no one could see him. It was like in this part where they were unseeable, and no one could hear him screaming because of counselors couldn't hear him screaming because of where the tent was located and how far away it was from the counselor's tent. But they were murdered and raped that first night. So I'm so passionate about this particular topic because, well, mostly because it's so interesting. So interesting. The topic is so interesting, and also because I want to give these girls justice. I want their families to have justice. Their families deserve that. They at least deserve that. And the girls were between the ages of 8 and 10, and I believe 2 of them were from Broken Arrow, which is a suburb of Tulsa, and then the other one was from Tulsa, if I'm not mistaken. So if you guys want me to do a video on that one, or on the Tulsa race riots, or on the Oklahoma City bombing, which is the bombing of the Alfred P. Murrah building in Oklahoma City, then I will, because I'm very knowledgeable about those 3 particular topics. I might end up doing one on the Girl Scout murders anyways, because I know more about it than Shane Dawson and this one girl that did a video on it. I don't remember her name. I'm more knowledgeable about it than they are because I'm from Oklahoma. I've heard my dad when I was a kid. My dad would talk about it all the time. He talked about him and my mom would talk about it all the time, and like it's something that like when you're from Oklahoma, that's something that you always talk about. It's something that pretty much every like adult Okie knows about. Every single person from Oklahoma that's an adult knows about. You it doesn't matter what age you are, you know about it. You know about it. It's something that a lot of Oklahomans know about. And because at the time none of that happened. Something like that didn't happen at the time. And when it happened it was like shocking. So yeah. Uh Number 34. The Oklahoma quarter is the lowest state mintage quarter ever made, which I find that hard to believe because I have at least 4 or 5 Oklahoma quarters. I've seen a ton of Oklahoma quarters, but apparently they didn't make as many Oklahoma quarters as they did any other state. Number 35. Sam Harris is the first winner of any singing competition show. The show was called Star Search. Sam Harris is a guy from Oklahoma. He's from Tulsa. And he was on a show called Star Search, and that was the very first singing competition show ever created. A lot of millennials, and a lot of young people, a lot of young teenagers probably think, "Oh, American Idol was first." No, it was actually Star Search, and Sam Harris won the first season of it, so it's pretty cool. Number 36, you probably already heard me mention the name Okie. Well, the name Okie comes from the fact that when the Dust Bowl happened, many Oklahomans left Oklahoma to move to California, move west. While in California, the Californians were calling them Okies, calling the people from Oklahoma Okies, which was a derogatory term, which is kind of weird if you think about it, kind of odd because us Oklahomans still use the name today. We still call each other Okies, and that's kind of weird because back then when the Dust Bowl happened, Okie was a derogatory term. Number 37. Oklahoma has the largest stretch of Route 66. You would think it'd be California because California is so big, but no, it's Oklahoma. Number 38. This one is more of a kind of a thing that like when people think about Oklahoma, they think Oklahomans are farmers or rednecks. Not all Oklahomans are farmers or rednecks. I'm not a farmer, and I don't think I'm a redneck. I hope I'm not a redneck. I don't know if I am. I mean, I do watch Blue Collar, I do watch the Blue Collar comedy tour stuff, like with Jeff Foxworthy, Bill Engvall, Ron White, and Larry the Cable Guy. I do watch them, so you can say that I'm kind of a redneck, but not really. Number 39. This one I thought was like I've been told my whole entire life that Oklahoma City was the largest city in the U.S. by area, but it's not. It's actually the 8th largest city in the U.S. by area. Sitka, Alaska is the largest, which I'm like, that's odd because I was always told it was Oklahoma City, but nope, it's Sitka. Number 40. The most decorated U.S. Olympic gymnast, Shannon Miller, is from Edmond, Oklahoma. I was just going to say U.S. gymnast, but I believe Simone Biles has just beaten her. Simone Biles beat her, if I'm not mistaken. So, yeah, Simone Biles is the most decorated, but if we're going Olympic-wise, it's Shannon Miller. Shannon Miller was the first gymnast in history in any country, U.S. or Germany or Russia or Ukraine or whatnot or Romania or whatnot uh, to win 5 medals at the Olympics in a single Olympics. First gymnast to do that. There are 4 military bases. Number 41. There are 4 military bases: Altus Air Force Base in Altus, Oklahoma; Fort Sill in Lawton, Oklahoma; Tinker Air Force Base in Oklahoma City / Midwest City. I think it's like on the cusp. It's like in Oklahoma City and Midwest City. And Vance Air Force Base in Eden, Oklahoma. I've only been to one of them, and that was Fort Sill. So I went there for a bowling tournament, and I wish I could go back again because that place is amazing, and I love it. Number 42. The Army's ammunition plant is located in McAlester, Oklahoma. I've never been there. I've never seen it, but I've definitely heard about it. Number 43. Fort Sill is home to the burial site of Geronimo, who was a famous Native American. And actually, like the paratroopers, the U.S. military paratroopers, when they jump out of an airplane, they say Geronimo, and it comes from that same Native American. Number 44. Remains of Noah's Ark were found in Oklahoma. Number 45. This one came here recently. I heard about this here recently, the last 5 years, I believe, 5 or 6 years. Markings left from Vikings were also found in Oklahoma. Number 46. Beaver's Bend State Park was listed in Time magazine as one of the places you must visit before you die. I think it was the 50 places in the U.S. that you must visit before you die, I think it was. And if I'm not mistaken, I think the picture of the park was also on the front cover of Time magazine. Don't quote me on that, but I think that's what happened. 47. You can find desert sands in Waynoka, which is Waynoka, Oklahoma. They call the place Little Sahara because it looks like the Sahara Desert. 48. Oklahoma has had more earthquakes in the last 10 years than California. That's a fact. It's a fact. We're number one in the earthquake industry because of all the wastewater drilling that's happened. We've only had one that I know for a fact that happened. It happened last year. That was actually a natural earthquake. It wasn't a man-made earthquake. It was a natural earthquake, and it was a pretty big earthquake too. Number 49. Tulsa was once known as the oil capital of the world. There was a lot of oil in Tulsa, and I think that's pretty cool to be known by that. We even have an oil man driller in Tulsa. It's a life-size. It's this huge statue, and in Tulsa we call it the Golden Driller because it's gold, and he's a driller. Number 50. Welcome to Oklahoma, where the weather is unpredictable. That's what our sign. When no matter what state you're entering from, whether you're coming from New Mexico, Colorado, not Florida, Texas, Arkansas, Kansas, Missouri, whatnot. No matter what state you're coming from, our welcome sign should say, "Welcome to Oklahoma, where the weather is unpredictable." We have all 4 seasons, and our summers, especially in August, can get pretty hot. We're known to have over 100 degree temperature summers, and It's not like a dry heat. It's not a dry heat. I'd rather have a dry heat than what we have in Oklahoma, which is humidity. Ours is all humidity, and I have naturally curly hair. I don't know if you can see it or not, but I have naturally curly hair, and I can tell when it's humid outside just by brushing my hair. When I brush my hair and it gets tangly, because my hair is hardly ever tangly, but when it is, it's because it's humid outside. So our summers get pretty hot, especially in August. We were at one point in time colder than Alaska. One year it was we had, I think it was the year we had the ice storm, which was in 2006, I believe, 2006, 2007. We had this ice storm, and at one point in time, I think it was Ponca City. I'm not for sure exactly which city it was, and Oklahoma was actually colder than any city in Alaska, which is pretty awesome if you think about it. But it's also pretty terrible because it was super cold. I don't remember exactly how cold it was, but it was pretty cold that day because it was like we also had the wind chill and terrible. If you want to come to Oklahoma and you've got allergies, I would make sure you bring lots of allergy medication because Oklahoma is uh, like me who have severe allergies. If you've got allergies, Oklahoma is a bad place for you to live in because your allergies act up all the time. For 51, one of the largest casinos in the world is located in Oklahoma. It's called WinStar World Casino and is located in Thackerville, Oklahoma. I've actually been to this casino, and this casino is amazing. It's humongous, and and you can get lost in there. And like one thing I like about it is like with other casinos that I've been to, like I've been to like Hard Rock. I've been to Hard Rock Casino here in Tulsa, and basically that casino's big as well, but like basically it's not as big as WinStar, and it's also got two floors. It's got two floors full of gaming. WinStar, on the other hand, has their gaming is all on one floor. It's all on one floor. Not joking. It's all on one floor. And so that's what I like about it. I like the fact that it's just all on one floor. You don't have to go up any stairs. You just stay on that one floor. But you can also get lost in there as well. If you don't know where you're going, you get lost in there. And it's a pretty big casino. It's a huge casino, and it's like, and it's It's a must see if you're a huge fan of like gambling, which I highly, which I don't condone like gambling. I don't condone like being like one of those like non-compulsive gamblers. I don't I don't recommend you being one. But if you do like to gamble on from time to time, WinStar is definitely a place to go to because it is amazing, and it's located in Thackerville, which is like close to the Texas state line. It's near the Texas Oklahoma state lines, and near South Central Oklahoma. So it's definitely a must see. And finally, the last one. This one I did not know about until this year when my dad told me. There's a toy and action figure museum located in Pauls Valley, Oklahoma. And basically this place they have a room that they call like the Bat Cave. They call it Bat Cave, and it's full of like Batman stuff, like and everything Batman. And like I'm not a Batman fan, I'm a Superman fan. Pretty cool when you think about it. When you think about like everything that's in the place. I've never been to it. I've just gone online and looked it up because I was curious about it. So those are just 52 facts about Oklahoma, and I'm pretty sure I left out a lot more, but those are just some of the facts about Oklahoma. If you guys want me to do like another video where I talk about facts from Oklahoma, just comment and just let me know in the comments what if you want to do that or not. So that is it, I guess. And and if you guys want me to do the Oklahoma City bombing, do a video on that one, or on the Girl Scout murders, or the Tulsa race riot, I will. I will just post in the comments, and I will do that. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And when you subscribe, don't forget to hit that notification bell so you can get notification of when I do another live stream or when I upload a video. And before I forget, on Friday I am doing a gameplay video. I'm doing the Impossible quiz. So look out for that. I know it's a little late for me to do it, but I would be doing it. And hopefully you guys enjoy it, and see you all later. Bye.